Hey everybody. It's me again. We're back at it with some Boneworks content. So I just cleaned my room today for the first time in about maybe 6 years. And, I have a lot more VR room now. So that's mad cool. Wait, which one is this? There we go. Yeah, I can't get this out. Okay, so we're back at it with some Boneworks content, you know how it is. Let me get my mouse off the screen. Let me get my mouse off the screen here. There we go. Okay. It always peeves me when mouses are on screens. Oh yeah, we were here. We were on the puzzle section. Okay, let's continue this way. Now, if you remember last time, the solution to this puzzle, just in case I fall, let me actually push this other one down. Ooh, ammo. Don't mind if I do. Okay. So if you remember correctly, the solution is to go down there and grab like that trash bin and put it on there to prevent that, because those are connected to that and it'll like go sideways. So to keep them locked there, you put the trash can there. That might not make sense to you, but it will in a minute. Now I didn't do that because I want to show off something kind of cool I can do. Whoa, what's going on here? Okay. I can complete it without solving the puzzle. With pure parkour prowess. Yeah. Howdy. How does it feel, nobody? Fall. That was an Attack on Titan reference, by the way. When Mikasa cuts Annie's finger. Well, you know what? I might not want to. Spoiler warning for AOT. Skip about 30 seconds up if you haven't seen it. When Mikasa cuts Annie as the female Titan's fingers off, and she falls off the wall, and she like gets on her face, and she's like, "Fall." I tried to. Okay, I think you get it by now. Whoa. Don't just spawn in like that and expect me not to bludgeon you to death. Whoa. Whoa. People are spawning right in front of me. What the heck? Can't grab this one. It's an indestructible screen. Alright, how about you? Are you indestructible? Nope. Get out of my way, chair. Oh, no, that's an indestructible one. What? This doesn't. What the heck? Okay. That's a strange question to ask. Whoa, whoa. That got a little funky there. See, how am I doing on ammo? Okay, not bad, not bad. If you remember, I did not grab a gun, which I probably should have done that. But I didn't, because I thought I would be good enough with my hammer. Sometimes I wonder, like I was talking a little bit ago about, like, what would happen if, like, a bunch of people from the past, like, saw my life, and, like, what they would think about it. And now I'm thinking about, as I'm fighting these demon-like orange figures, I'm wondering what I would think. Ooh, ammo box. I will take you. I'm wondering what I would think if I went to if I was, like, past me. Like, let's go with, like first grade me. First or second grade me, before I knew what VR was. And I saw myself in the future, kind of like the same way I was talking about with the George Washington thing. And I wonder, like, because I've always wanted to be, like, a superhero. Like, that was my dream. So I wonder if I would, like, see this and I'd be like, oh my gosh, it's so cool. I get to, like, fight bad guys and stuff, you know? I'm kind of thinking about that. Yeah, man, it's so, I have so much of, like, a bigger VR space. It's so cool. My VR space is like 3 halves as big. Try to see if I can get to him. Actually, you know what? No. I'm doing my melee weapon only challenge. I'm not even gonna pick up a gun. I don't need it. I thought there'd be ammo in here. And yes, I am whoa, get off me. Yes, I am aware of the level skip for this level where you, like, jump up there or something, or, like, you jump up somewhere. You jump up somewhere and you get through the window or something, but I'm not doing that because I like to play the levels. I like to enjoy them. And I like to bludgeon these things to death. Okay, unfortunately, I think I might need... Whoa, it's kind of freaking out. Let's see. Ooh, ammo box. My curiosity is rewarded. Even though I don't even really like the ammo, like I'm not gonna use it because I'm doing melee only. It still feels good to get it. Wait, let me just see if I can do the glitch, if I remember how. Yeah, you get up here, and you lift yourself out of there, and then you can run down there to get past the whole level. But I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Just kind of like showcasing it. If any of you guys don't know about Boneworks. Yeah, with Boneworks, there's a very, very large amount of the game that can be skipped with glitches because this game is so physics-based. It's so, like, every okay, that was, oh, no, it wasn't a bad example. Like, all of these surfaces I can climb. You can climb, you can grab onto things and pull yourself up onto them. You can, like, almost all of the environment is completely, like, interactable, right? Like, look at this. I can just grab these and I can just throw them, right? Like, I can just throw these trash cans around. And that's just really cool, in my opinion. That's just really, really neat. And there are some, like physically bizarre things. Like, things that don't quite make sense. Like this. Like, look at that. This thing is not... This thing should not be that bouncy, right? But it is, because it's Boneworks, it's not real life. You can make anything you want, basically. And that's just really, really cool, in my opinion. Like, see, I can just climb on these things. I can just get on... Like, you can't do this in normal video games. Like, I couldn't get on top of this if this was just, like, Half-Life. And Boneworks would be such a boring game if it was not VR. Like, this would be so boring. Because, like, in terms of, like, 2D play, like... This is not anything special, graphics-wise. It's just not. Right? Like, this is like 2015 type graphics for flat players. But for VR players, this is insane. This is next level type stuff because of just the physics, right? Like the engine. Ugh. And it's this, because FPS is... Like, you know, there have been a lot of VR FPSs, don't get me wrong, but there haven't been a lot of, like, real VR FPSs. Like, ones that you would actually play and have fun with. Like, see, I'm beating this guy to death with with one of his friend's bodies. Like, you can't do that in normal video games. Yeah. See, I just slammed him into a concrete divider thing by spinning him around, and I don't know. Like, okay, I'm gonna stop just saying stuff I'm doing, but like, dude, like, trust me, if you are finding yourself getting bored with like normal video games, get a VR headset. It spices things up so much. Even if there aren't many games for it, just this game is totally worth buying a headset for. Even if you don't get any other games, Boneworks is an experience that is worth the like $250 you'd spend on a VR headset just to play it. It's that good of a game, in my opinion, of course. I mean, you know, maybe it's not. Maybe it's not that good of a game. I think it is, you know. I think it's a great game. It could just be up to personal preference. Like, but you know, it's really like kind of not personal preference at the same time, because like so many other people agree with me that Boneworks is like the greatest VR game ever created. And now, here, even better reason to get a headset, right? Bone Lab. And if you don't know what Bone Lab is, it's basically gonna be Boneworks. Hold on. Wait, what? I thought that's how you did this. Oh, wait. Oh, that's how you do this. Okay. Bone Lab is Boneworks. Okay, think of Boneworks, right? Think of this. Think of all this gameplay you're seeing right here. And think of that. But first off, with any character you could possibly play as, whatever you want. You could be a you could be like the Colossal Titan from AOT, and you would get that size and the proportional strength to go with that. Right? You can do that. You can, because how it works is you can incorporate any avatar based on VR chat that you want. And the game is also, so there's another VR game that you may or may not know about called Blade and Sorcery VR, and that game on its own is not a very good game. You know, it's like a arena type thing. It's very unfinished, needs a lot of work, blah blah blah, right? But the reason why so many people play it, and why it's also considered one of the greatest VR games, ever, is because it's so moddable, right? That's one of the things that makes the game great, because so many people mod it. Sorry, it's gonna be kind of hard for me to talk through this. This is gonna be the hardest level by far. Maybe not by far, but this is gonna be the hardest level, definitely. Because this level is so focused on these enemies with guns. Let's see if I can run up on them. Okay, now that that fight is over. Man, I remember when I struggled with this fight when I could use guns. How time has passed. I don't know if that's a real thing. How time has treated me, maybe? Or, I don't know. Why did I say that? I don't know. I'm gonna stop focusing on that, though. And I'm gonna start focusing on what I was saying. So, so there's gonna be that. It's gonna be like one of my friends described it as basically like the Gmod of VR, which I think there's some truth to that statement, although I would actually disagree with it, because specifically because I think Gmod is literally designed for mods. And don't get me wrong, Bone Lab will be designed for mods, but it is also its own separate game in that you can play it without mods and it would still be a great game, like with Boneworks. It's gonna have its own single-player campaign. No. No, that was so BS. I don't like using bad words or anything like that, but that was so BS. Okay, whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm kind of expecting to die a lot, especially on this level, because of the severe amount of gun-based enemies. And again, if you weren't here for my last video, I'm doing a melee only challenge where I will not be using any weapons that are not melee. So, I probably should have mentioned that at the beginning, or maybe I did, I don't know. It's hard to remember. But anyway, hey buddy, remember me? Why are you so difficult to kill? Why can't I kill you? There we go. Okay. I am very weak. I'm a weak man without my hammer. I need my hammer. Cannot function without it. I hate to leave this gun behind. I really like the laser on it, but... Sorry. Really cool laser, but... It does not fit with the challenge I have made for myself. For basically no reason other than masochism, by the way. Although there are some video game challenges that I will never do because of the insane, just insane amount of difficulty behind it. Well, when I say some video game challenges, I'm mainly referring to one that I just tried to do today, or tried to start today, rather. And that was the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate single-player campaign challenge, except for, I was trying to see if I could do it without... Whoa, okay. I was trying to see if I could do it without, I skipped that whole puzzle, by the way. It's supposed to take you like 15 minutes. What was I talking about? Oh yeah. So the single-player campaign of Smash, if you don't know, involves something called spirits, which, whoa, that really scared me. Oh my gosh, my heart jumped. Those things trigger my fight or flight, I swear. I have so much PTSD from those things, especially from arena mode. Don't need that. Where did that go? Yeah, don't need that. Just wanted to make sure you actually saw that I got rid of it and did not put it in my back pocket, even though my back pocket slots are occupied by melee weapons, but maybe you just tuned in and you didn't see that. There are so many excuses. So I might as well just make absolutely sure that you know I'm innocent. Although if you just tuned in, you also wouldn't know what I'm doing, so that also wouldn't really make sense, but whatever, I already did it, so it doesn't matter. Okay, with that out of the way, whoa. Okay, so this was the room I was kind of dreading. Let me see if I could take some of them out earlier. Let me see what that thing up there is. I forgot what it was. I remember it was something. Actually, first though, I will get this ammo. Man, it just kind of like occurred to me like what is going on right now, right? Like I am in a room by myself, just wearing a mask, and it's just projecting these things to my eyes, right? Like, it might sound stupid, like, you know, like, yeah, obviously, that's what a VR headset is, but it's like, geez, dude, when did things get like this, right? When did things get this insane? I mean, I'm not gonna talk like I'm some old person, because I was born in 2006, right? Like, I'm not the, you know, I'm not exactly, I haven't been here for a long time, but, man, like, we used to not have color TV, right? And now check out what we can do. It's crazy. And stuff like this, stuff like Boneworks, specifically, not Boneworks specifically, but like, just like all of this crazy stuff we have, that is what really gives me hope for humanity in general. I'm a very kind of like cynical, nihilistic type of person usually, but like I cannot deny that human innovation is absolutely extraordinary. Like I trash on humans a lot. I call us stupid and and incompetent for the amount of power we have over everything. And I still think that there's truth to that statement, but still, when I look at things like this, and I look at how far we've come from the Stone Ages, back when people were beating each other to death and raping each other and all that, like, we got here from nothing. All we had was ourselves and nothing else. We had each other. We had each other, and we were able to, for the most part, work together. And I know that that is not 100% true, because humans are not very good at working together a lot of the time. But I'm just like talking like big picture here. We worked together and we built all of this all by ourselves, no help. Well, I guess we did get help from some things like dogs or whatever, but like dogs didn't build VR, right? Like we did this on our own, and that's awesome. That is so cool. That is amazing. Sorry, I was just repeating different synonyms for like awesome because I was trying to think about doing something. What is... I think it was that and it was that, right? Was that the solution? No? Okay, that does the first two. That does middle. And this does... last two. Okay. Oh, so I just do all three of these, and then middle, and then this does first two. Okay. Alright, cool.
Progress.
I think the wrench is a little bit better than the crowbar. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry to go on like a little bit of a tangent about how... I'm sure you're tired of hearing about how cool we are, how great humanity is. Which, I get that. I get tired of humanity a lot of the time. Like, just as a little bit of an example, like, look at what we just did to our own country. Like, the whole, like, Roe v. Wade thing. Like, come on, man. We're better than that, right? And I get that some people, like, it's sad. I don't really feel mad at them because at the end of the day, it really just comes down to how you were raised. These people were raised to believe that this was wrong, so they really can't help thinking that. I mean, they can, but like at the same time they kind of can't. This kind of goes into what I was talking about during one of my Binding of Isaac streams, where I was talking about how it's really one of Freud's top theories was that you really don't have a whole lot of control over your personality and aspects of your personality. And I think that that logic can be extended to opinions and things of that. Oh, come on. Okay. And things of that essence. I tried to block that open. Didn't work for some reason. Okay. So part of me wants to believe in humanity being better. And yes, I know that I guess it is a subjective opinion. There really is no way to say, oh, well, it's right to do this, it's wrong to do this. But like, I very strongly believe that it's wrong to get rid of a woman's right to decide what happens to her own baby and her own body. I feel like that just doesn't make a whole lot of sense, right? And I get that they're not just outright banning abortions, they're basically letting other people ban abortions, but I mean, it's the same thing basically, right? Like you know that some of these states will ban abortions if you make it constitutional to ban abortions, and you are knowingly allowing that, right? So it's basically the same thing as banning abortions, in my opinion. Whoa. Don't fall. Oh my goodness. Ooh, that was close. Ooh, that was really close. Whoa. No! God. It's my third time doing this. Well, it gives me more time to talk about abortion, so... Anyway, so I get it, right? I get if you're tired of humanity. Because I am tired of humanity. But, I mean, just take a look at yourself, right? If there's one thing you can rely on with humanity, it is their narcissism. So, how about you look at yourself, right? And then just look at any other animal, right? Think about how smart, how absolutely ingenious you are to that animal. Like, that kind of helps me stay sane sometimes. It's like, okay, at least we are capable of reason, right? That's kind of the silver lining to this, you know? At the end of the day, I think it is possible to fix a lot of the wrongdoings that humanity has committed just simply by talking, right? And some people don't agree with that. Some people think, even me sometimes, even sometimes I think that there really is no point to talking out a lot of these issues. Dang it. Like, I'll sometimes talk about how it's really just about your nature. It's no. I brought up that I really don't think that there's. Whoa. What? Alright, Billy, please leave. I'm streaming. What? Wait, what'd you say? No. I guess, if you want hip track. It's not that special. Not really, but whatever. Do whatever, I don't care. Can you close my door? Thank you. Anyway, what I was saying, I've brought up before that I'm not really sure if there is a point to caring like what people think, because it seems like it's just in their nature to be morally wrong. And I'm not saying that these people who are banning abortion are being like, yeah, I bet this will really make the women pay, right? I hate women. This is why we should get rid of abortions, so that they have to suffer more. Like, that's clearly not what's going on. They think they're right, which they are not right, but they think they're right. And it's just, I don't know, it's really too bad. But again, I don't think this is beyond repair. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh my god. No, my god, every single... Oh my god. I hate this game. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it so much. This game makes me go bonkers. Anyway, and I talked on my last, not my last stream, but the stream before my last stream when I was streaming Final Fantasy. I was talking there about how I think that maybe the reason why a lot of older people are very, very against homosexual people specifically, because of this whole Freudian thing. I don't want to get into it now because it would take a lot of explaining, and if you want the explanation, just watch that video. If you care, if you're into Freudian stuff. I mean, I'm not an expert on Freud. I learned him in my 10th grade psychology class, which I think he was a really interesting dude. Again, I'm no expert. I make myself sound like an expert. I feel like I'm pretty good at making myself sound smart when I'm actually not. How did I get that guy the first time? How am I getting these people? Oh my god, every single time I fall on these. Every single time I have to fall at least once. Every single time. Every single time. Stop falling, stop falling, stop falling, stop falling. Okay, oh my god. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna have to OOC for a sec and get out of my hammer, because it is really not a great weapon. It's probably one of the worst in the game. Sorry, not gonna talk for a minute while I focus. Jeez. That's the scoped gun, I believe. This is actually a pretty good combo. I can just... right in the face. Yeah, and I know you might be kind of like a red flag to you, some of the language I'm using here, talking about how I think that just the people who banning abortion are just wrong. Like, it's not like a subjective thing, which I guess it kind of is, but like I'm speaking of it as if it's not, which I guess I understand. Like, that's kind of concerning, right? I get concerned when I hear people speak like that, because it makes me think that they are really arrogant, that they are so thinking that they're in the right, that they are just disregarding the fact that anybody else could be right. And I would mostly agree with you. And keep in mind that when I say these things, the intent is basically me saying, I think I'm right. Right? I don't know I'm right. Because nobody ever knows if they're right. But I'm pretty darn sure that I am right. And I also have some would label me as a very extremist person when it comes to my political opinions. I had a conversation during breakfast this morning about how I was this totalitarian person who wanted to have total government control, which first off is not true, but second off, I don't know. I think that, politically speaking, it is better to go all the way in one direction. That way you get the benefits, right? I think that extremism is actually kind of like a good thing, in some cases, of course. Of course, it's not in every situation, right? Like, it wasn't when Hitler was in control, and he was like, yeah, how about we, make this Aryan race just like the superior race, and make it so that we just kill anybody who doesn't have blonde hair and blue eyes and blah blah blah, right? Like, obviously I don't agree with that, but thinking about this, I'm trying to focus. I forgot how to do this puzzle. But when it comes to extremism, I think that when it comes to, especially with like government control, when it's kind of like this midway type thing, I feel like you really don't get a lot of benefits from it, right? Because really the whole point of this is like what benefits us the most, what gets us the most like perks or whatever. So then that begs the question, well, what perks do we get from midway? Because I think that basically the main advantage of like communism or just authoritarianism in general would be that you are taking away the right to hurt other people and hurt yourself. I think that's basically what the best thing about communism is. Because if one entity is controlling everything, and this is all assuming that there's no corruption, which of course there is in like almost every single example of communism, but this is a hypothetical where it's basically performed the same way that they describe how it's performed. So we're not going to be factoring in like, oh, like government corruption, blah blah blah, right? Like I know that happens, but I'm talking in a scenario where this doesn't happen. Anyway, so what does this do? I'm a little bit confused here. So, sorry, I'm trying to, okay. So with, like libertarianism or anarchism, yeah, specifically anarchism, because that's kind of like, that follows this whole theme of what I'm talking about, how, like, I really think it has to kind of, like, be an extreme approach, no middle grounds. Libertarianism is basically a middle ground. I mean, of course, it's obviously leaning more towards anarchism than, like, fascism or, communism, but it is still a middle ground. It's basically like the socialism of anarchism, if that makes sense. Like kind of like that midway point, but anyway, hang on, wait, so I can't, let me test something. I don't remember how to do this puzzle because I never do puzzles in this game. I'm not really a puzzle doer type of guy personally. Let me try something out here. No, okay, whatever. I think you had to like get a bunch of whoa, get me out of here. Okay. I think if I remember correctly, you had to get a bunch of these barrels or something and put them under there, but I don't remember how to do that. Doesn't matter though, because I think I thought of a way to cheese the puzzle. But or actually, wait. Let's just try it. Let's just see if we can do this puzzle legit. This is a little bit of a social experiment to see if I can still remember how to do these. I think you had to just take a bunch of these, right? Whatever. Okay, anyway, so let me continue my little rant here, though. Like I was saying, anarchism, I think the real advantage of anarchism is basically what a lot of people were saying about early day America, which I understand that is not anarchism, but I think just talking, I guess it doesn't work. Okay. Let me try, let me check if there are any yellow barrels out here. Where I think that really the point of anarchism, I mean that satisfies the individual. It's really just all about like as my own personal citizen living in this country, I would probably have the most satisfying life because, you know, like you can do what you want. You can become your own person, which that's kind of like a Western philosophy, but I'm not saying that Western philosophy is wrong, but think Eastern philosophy is better, personally. It's more accurate. Well, I mean, I guess there's no accuracy in philosophy, but that's the one I agree with more. I'm not saying... I'm actually kind of a hypocrite, because I am really a selfish person when it comes down to it. I kind of wish I was maybe, like, born in an Eastern country, where I was taught to more value the collective over the individual. I wish I did that. I really wish I did that. But I don't. But when I'm thinking about political stuff, I do. Because at the end of the day, I think that when it comes to political things, quantity in this situation is actually above quality. It's usually, you cannot really apply that logic to a lot of things, but I think you can in this situation. Okay, maybe I can't do this. Dang it, do they only program specific ones to do that? That's so annoying. I do not remember how to do this. I really do not remember how to do this. But yeah, I think like barely satisfying a lot of people's needs is a million times better than completely and utterly satisfying one person's need, which I think most reasonable people would agree with me on that. I think that is a pretty reasonable statement. Oh, here we go. Here's my particle waste. Yep. Here it is. Here we are. I just didn't know I had to push that and not pull it. I wish I wasn't so dumb. Is this gonna go up, or are we gonna sit here, or what? What's going on here? Oh, what's going on? Getting confused. Getting a little confused here. Alright, we're gonna add one more barrel. Just for good measure here. Well, let's add another one. I saw it go up a little bit, which kind of concerns me. That seems good. Okay, okay, what was I talking about? I was talking about something. Alright, I think most people would agree with me that it really is kind of better to allow the collective to live barely than one specific person to live good, but a lot of other specific people to live bad lives, right? Oh my goodness gracious, that looks dangerous. So that is why, personally, I think that authoritarianism really is the best way to go when it comes to a government. Because when it comes to, like, middle grounds, like, you're really just getting the bad things of both, in my opinion. Like, socialism. I think socialism, to a certain extent, could work. But, and libertarianism, too. I think they could both work, depending on the people, of course. I mean, in concept, every political thing would work. To a certain degree. Right? Because, you know, in concept, everybody really can't, if we're thinking about this in concept, we really can't factor in a lot of individuals into that, because, you know, we're just thinking big picture here. So, sorry, I feel like I'm just kind of like spitting out a bunch of words without really putting a lot of meaning behind it. I'm sorry if that is the case. I'm trying to like focus on the game. Anyway, kind of wrapping up my little TED Talk here. Whoa. Yeah, so I think that because of this conceptual, like, lens on this whole thing, I think, again, conceptually speaking, I am not saying that in practice communism is the best, system, because it's not. It's really not. But in concept, I think that communism is the greatest way to run things. But again, I'm also thinking about this, like, if I were the government, and I'm not the government, right? If communism were to actually happen, then I am little people, right? I'm not this huge entity that can control a lot of aspects of people's lives. I wish I was, because I feel like this might be kind of narcissistic to say, or like delusional maybe to say, but I genuinely think the world would be such a better place if I could run everything. I feel like everybody would be so much happier if I was ruler of the world. Because I make jokes a lot about, like, all these insane political things I would do, about like how I'd start breeding people for different careers and whatever. Those are mainly just hypotheticals that are kind of interesting to think about for me. That's not what I genuinely think. Like, of course I don't genuinely think we should ban having sex and just have these breeding centers where humans breed together and they pass out the kids to the different families. Like, no, that is... Of course that's wrong. Of course that's wrong. Whoops. I am not in any way saying that that is not wrong. But at the same time, right? It is very, very intriguing to think about. And I hate it when people don't engage in these hypotheticals and they're like specifically there's this one where I kind of like have this bad habit of asking people. I got this from my friend. I have a bad habit of asking people how much they would want, how much money they'd want to have sex with a dog. And I just ask this to strangers. So, I mean, I kind of get how it might be, like, considered wrong, but not wrong, but like a lot of people don't want to answer it. He was like, oh my gosh, that's a dog, man, no way, I wouldn't do that. But like, you would. Everybody would if they had a certain price. Right? Like, if someone offered me $1 billion, like $500 billion to have sex with a dog, like, dude, that's money forever. That's my family just secured right there. We're safe, we're good. It's over, right? Twitter's worth $40 billion. I could buy Twitter. I could buy whatever company I wanted. Probably wouldn't be that smart, but I could do it. And anyway, wrapping this up because I don't want to move on to a new level, although this is my favorite level, sewers. It's like, I just don't like it when people say, like, oh, I wouldn't do that, or blah, 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 because you would, right? I hate it when people don't engage in hypotheticals. But whatever, I digress. I'm gonna go. Goodbye.